Yes, Hadur. It is mentioned that Adam also was in the paradise or in heavens. Is it the same
Oh yes,
paradise?
the Holy Quran is very clear on that issue. First of all, Adam was born here on earth, out of clay, out of
Okay.
dust. He was not born elsewhere in the heaven.
Mhm.
So if Jannah is in the heaven somewhere, as the ulama would believe, in somewhere very remote space, there exists a Garden of Eden or something, then Adam should have been created there, or Adam should have been lifted from earth to that heaven. No such thing is mentioned. The Holy Quran speaks of his birthplace as this earth, and the Jannah in which he lived was on this earth. You understand the point? Secondly, it's a very important thing. What is Jannah? It's a garden with thick foliage and fruits and trees. And the Holy Quran has itself explained the Jannah in which Adam was born. Adam was born in a Jannah with trees which were tayyaba and trees which were khabisa. And God told him to partake of the fruits of the trees of Jannah, but should not go near the tree which bears uh, khabis or sinful fruit, the fruit of sin and sin of impiety. Now, what is that tree which bears piety? What is that tree which bears impiety and sin and this and that? Let's turn to the Quran, because again, the Holy Quran does not need any help from outside. It can explain itself. We find mentioned in the Holy Quran that مثل كلمة طيبة كشجرة طيبة أصلها ثابت وفرعها في السماء تؤتي أكلها كل حين بإذن
Rabbiha.
ربها. Now, this is the meaning of tree. Kalama Tayyiba is the tree. And the misal or masal of woman, a believer, is like a Kalama Tayyiba who lives with the word of God and does not deviate from that. Although that man, believer, true believer, seems to be rooted on earth, but his branches shoot off, his trunk rises to heaven. So he derives its fruit not from the earth but from the heaven. بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهَا. And it knows no season. Even in spring it gives fruit, even in autumn it gives fruit. It's an everlasting fruit-bearing person, that is to say, the mu'min lives with the signs of Allah, true believer. He receives his revelation from God, and that revelation knows no season. It's not confined to any particular time of the year or a period in his life. Once it comes, then it lives. The man lives with such a thing. This is Jannah. That is the true tree, which the Allah told Adam that this is the Jannah created for you. That is the word of God, revelation of God, the Sharia, which has been revealed to you. If you live within the four walls of Sharia, then that will be Jannah for you and for the mankind. If you deviate from that and eat the fruit of that tree which is khabitha, that is to mean that it violates the word of God, kalimatan khabitha. It has nothing to do with the word of God. Then to that extent you will suffer, and you will lose and destroy your own Jannah. So the moment it happened, then God decided that he should leave Jannah. Ihbitu minha jamia. All of you leave this Jannah now. This also raises a very interesting question. Kalimatullah is a man who submits to the will of God. That is why Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wasalam is mentioned as Kalimatullah. You know, the one who submitted to the will of God, and those Jews who blamed him for things, this and that, were absolutely false. So, Kalimatullah is, in fact, the name of every prophet. Every prophet is Kalimatullah. And below him, all other pious people are, in their respective degrees of nearness to God, are Kalimatullah, each of them, I mean. Kalim you can say, but the word Kalimatullah is used, so let's stick to that. Each pious person, every pious person who is obedient to the will of Allah becomes a sort of Kalimatullah. The best among them are prophets. But it also means, how can they become Kalimatullah? That's the question. I want to explain this before you proceed.
Yes.
They can only become Kalimatullah if they totally transform themselves to conform to the word of God which is revealed to prophets, to be this and to do that, to be that, to do this and to abstain from that. So Kalimatullah is in fact the word of Sharia. The one who becomes completely subordinate to that word, then himself becomes Kalimatullah. Like Hadhrat Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha, when he was inquired about the character of Hadhrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, answered, Khuluquhul Quran. There was one Quran, word of God which you read, one living Quran, Hadhrat Muhammad Rasulullah. So this is the meaning of Kalimatullah. The word of God, when it is revealed, whoever becomes a personified word of God, becomes at one, perfectly at one with the word of God, he becomes Kalimatullah. And that Kalimatullah apparently grows from earth, like Adam grew from earth. His roots are deeply entrenched in the earth, but he doesn't draw his fruit from the earth. He grows and his branches reach the heaven, that is God. He meets God. And Toti ukulaha kullahinin bi'izne rabbiha. Then it is wahi which is bestowed upon him, and that is the fruit of such kalima. So in this context, Sharia becomes kalima. And the one who is perfectly at one with the word of God also becomes kalima. Now it's all clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
right.